healthcare workers have been killed in Israeli detention since October 2023.
Free! 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 Free!
To set as an example, to silence the rest of us. And I work with a group called Healthcare Workers Watch that collects testimony. So one of the previous speakers mentioned the same thing that should have been done for the thousands of Palestinian detainees without charge currently in Israeli detention, including hundreds of children. It's apply international law, intervene, sanctions. I mean, there's the red lines that have been crossed, not just since the beginning of this genocide, but even prior, the red lines that have been crossed throughout Palestine, the West Bank and Gaza and East Jerusalem, we would never accept in another context. We would never accept it. We would never accept for plausible genocide to be determined by the International Court of Justice now over 2 years ago, with provisional measures that mean nations have an obligation to pressure Israel to not collaborate in the ways that we've been collaborating, to not continue arming this genocide. I mentioned Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya a year and a half ago in the Security Council. Nothing was done. The United States vetoed every single resolution. So I think we just need to change the global stage, but that and the power dynamics on this planet.
If the Western powers decided to take a serious stand on this issue, then it would be possible to get Dr. Hussam and plenty of other people who are suffering absolutely atrocious treatment in Israeli jails free.
We can to make sure that Palestine is free.
Absolute shock. And the message that we got on the Friday, I think.
Well, I mean, they're credible in the sense that the ICC has been forced to play a role in general of condemning the atrocities and the genocide that the Israeli state has carried out much more effectively than any politicians have pretty much around the world. So they play that role, but the problem is they're toothless. Unless the governments that make up the leading levels of the United Nations decide to take action, then no action is taken, as we're seeing.
The British government is one of the few left that support Israel. So I would have thought the British government would be perfectly capable of putting a whole lot of pressure on the government of Israel to end the detention of Dr. Safiya. And that is exactly what we're demanding in Parliament every single day, and we'll carry on making that demand.
Spoke before me, John McDonnell, has done incredibly well on leading.
The International Criminal Court, the International Court of Justice, the many Geneva Conventions are the only tools we've got. So let's not condemn them, but let's condemn the governments that claim to respect international law and international legal processes, and when a decision is made, will not actually do anything about it. And so it's up to us to demand implementation of the decisions of the ICJ and the ICC.
Talking about here an innocent doctor who all his whole crime was just to try to save lives, and being suffocating and suffering in jail in a cell, then in a Zionist cell. This should be just eye-opening for the governments, for everyone to realize what's going on.
Scrubs, because wearing scrubs is like wearing a target sign.
Unfortunately, there's so much lobbying and so much pro-Israel activity in the high windows, as I say, in the high government places. We are the people, or we can make a change.
On December 3rd, described
We want immediate sanctions on Israel now. no more supplying of weapons to the entity that is committing genocide for over 1,000 days, no more targeting of doctors. The UN has come out saying that they're systematically targeting children, and we know that they're systematically targeting medics. It's unacceptable. What is the point for international law and all these conventions if nothing's going to be placed for a doctor that's been known and credited for being such a good man, for helping the people of Palestine and putting his life on the line just to give back? And what are we going to do? We don't want it to be too late and him to die on the hands of our government and on the hands of our complicity.
Palestine, in the face of this genocide, presents an exemplary model